banning TikTok in the United States. Have you heard about this? Well, I have all the details right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, recently a bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced a bill to completely ban TikTok in the United States. Now, this would not be isolated to just a few states, but rather this would be all-encompassing to completely ban TikTok right here in the United States for millions upon millions of users, and that's what I want to talk about here in this video, because this is a very interesting piece of legislation, and I want to discuss the details of will this actually be happening. So let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side every single day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the necessary research, and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what's actually going on, and most importantly, how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything showing up right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of, including money, benefits, raises to benefits, checks, programs, stimulus, or anything else like that. Of course, I want to bring it up right away. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward. And also remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, that's my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. Alright, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about, will a full-fledged ban be coming for TikTok right here in the United States? Now, I do know this much. There are tens of millions of users right here in the United States that go on TikTok each and every day for maybe some new information, for maybe some entertainment, or for whatever other purposes, but this is now something we may want to consider because we want to talk about what these lawmakers are now suggesting. And yes, this is a new piece of legislation where some of these lawmakers are coming forward saying we need to implement a full-fledged ban on TikTok in the United States. Now, here's the thing. We might want to talk about what is the likelihood of this actually happening. Well, I can tell you this much. Just a few days ago, lawmakers passed a piece of legislation to ban TikTok on government devices. Now, that's one thing, but what about us, the people, and like devices like this? Now, I'm not a government employee, right? But I got a device just like you, right? You're probably watching it on your personal device right now. Well, if that's the case, what's the likelihood of them actually passing this and banning it for all of us? Well, let's talk through the details because, again, that's kind of a major concern. Now, here's the thing. These lawmakers are coming forward suggesting this is not all about creating and consuming creative videos on TikTok, but rather this is just the collection of a lot of personal data for tens of millions of younger people, as in kids and minors, and not only that, but adults as well. So they're very concerned about the national security of TikTok. I mean, seriously, did you ever think that those words would be in the same sentence? But this is seriously what they're considering. They're very concerned about the national security of TikTok and the United States and all of us, the American people, right? So basically what they're saying is that TikTok is basically just getting a bunch of information, right? So they're basically just collecting tons and tons of information on tens of millions of Americans, and that's very concerning to them. And yes, they're actually citing, like I said, national security. So again, I'm just saying, this is what they're saying out there right now. So these are not necessarily my words, but rather this is what they are suggesting and what they're all citing with this piece of legislation. Now, here's the thing. This is not the first time that we've heard about a nationwide ban on TikTok. In fact, a couple years ago, we heard about this as well, where they were trying to move forward and completely ban TikTok again, and they kind of threw it out at that time. But here they are, yet again, revisiting this idea. Will it actually happen? Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to go forward and say, yes, for sure, this is going to happen, a full-fledged ban, but I can say this much. I would not be shocked one bit to see some kind of, some different rules, some different limitations put in place, some different censorship put in place. I would not be surprised at all to see some new legislation put in place, monitoring TikTok and what they're actually doing, the content being uploaded. I would not be surprised at all to see some regulations put on TikTok and, some of that coming forward, because you never know. Here's the thing. They're saying that all of this information that may be uploaded and or consumed on TikTok is, again, just being collected, and, you know, all this information about us, the consumers, and, again, us, the American people, just being collected through this platform. Now, again, let's be real for a second. all of our information is pretty much being collected on all the platforms that we use. Let's just be real for a second, right? We know this, but again, can we feel like our information is, being abused, or is it being protected? Again, who really knows at that point, right? But some of these platforms out there, some of these social media platforms, again, collecting a lot of data, and we're uploading a lot of information, right? We're sharing a lot of information. How many of these other social media platforms are we putting our personal data on? Again, just saying, this is the fact of the matter. This is something that a lot of us are really doing, right? So this is what the lawmakers are kind of concerned about. Now, again, the social media platforms that are based here in the United States, they're not necessarily really concerned about that. That's not really what they're concerned about, right? They're concerned about these other social media platforms that are established and, based outside of the borders of the United States. Now, all of these platforms that are within the U.S., yeah, obviously they have their own regulations. They have all kinds of rules and things like that they need to abide by, again. But if they're based outside the United States and available to us here in the U.S., they might not have the same rules, things like that. So this is what these lawmakers are now suggesting. So what is the likelihood of something like this coming in, a full-fledged ban? I'm going to say this much. I don't really know as far as a percentage on what the likelihood could be of a full-fledged ban. I don't think it's well, I shouldn't say it's possible. Anything is possible, right? I don't necessarily think it's going to be a full-fledged ban. However, I would not be shocked one bit to see a lot of regulation coming in, and I would not be shocked one bit to see them really monitoring the types of content that's uploaded there and the type of different things that are available to people here in the United States. So again, there might be different regulations as far as that, and again, I wouldn't be shocked one bit to see that come forward. So we'll see what happens here, and if this whole thing transpires, or if they just throw it out the window and say, nice try, it was cool idea, or whatever they say about it, and then come back and revisit this in a couple years, or if they try to just say, what, we'll completely pass on the whole ban thing, but rather we'll just move forward with some legislation and implement some of these regulations on this very popular platform. So yeah, kind of interesting, right? But anyway, just want to share this with you because this is something that recently came up here, and I know that a lot of people out there are, actively going on TikTok each and every day and consuming content over there. Now, here's the thing. When it comes down to YouTube, honestly, this is a platform, obviously, that's, it's based right here in the United States. And obviously, it's operated by Google. So, I mean, seriously, Google, YouTube, like the biggest companies in the world, right? So, do we really need to be concerned about them? Honestly, I would say no. No, not one bit, okay? We're very, very protected, I would say. This is my honest opinion anyway. When it comes down to YouTube, I would say we are very much protected here in the U.S. So again, that's just my honest opinion. Obviously, I've uploaded a ton of content here on YouTube. 3,300 videos or something like that as of right now that I've uploaded myself. There's a ton of information out there. And again, I would say we're totally good to go when it comes to these other big platforms here in the U.S. So anyway, just some information out there right now. I want to bring it to your attention and let you know what's going on. So hope this one helps you out. Again, I'll continue watching this like I do everything else out there. So please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.